I refused to swap my hard-earned first-class seat with my pregnant sister-in-law, causing my vacationing extended family to shun me for a week. In response, I permanently cut off their financial lifelines and left them to fund their own futures. The entitlement started at the boarding gate. My brother's pregnant wife stared at my first-class ticket with pure envy, while my mother immediately demanded that I trade places so the expectant mother could be comfortable. I flatly refused, given that I paid for my luxury ticket with my own savings, while my brother and his spouse chose cheap economy seats. The flight was miserable, not because of my spacious seat, but because of the text messages flooding my phone. My mother called me selfish, my father labeled me heartless, and my brother claimed I was endangering his unborn child. When we landed at our tropical destination, the punishment truly began. My brother's wife smirked as my parents completely ignored my presence at check-in, and my entire extended family gave me the icy shoulder during every single dinner, excursion, and beach outing. I spent 7 days acting as a ghost to my own flesh and blood, but I did not spend it crying. Instead, I used my time alone by the resort pool to log into my financial accounts and review exactly what my money supported. As the high-earning sibling, I had been quietly paying my brother's monthly car loan, funding my mother's weekend shopping habits, and subsidizing my father's golf club membership. On the final night of the trip, my brother's pregnant wife finally broke her silence to ask if I was paying for the group's farewell dinner. I smiled, looked my mother and father in the eyes, and told them that since I was too selfish to part with a seat, I was clearly too selfish to part with my cash. Right there at the table, I revoked all access to my shared bank accounts, canceled my brother's auto-pay allowances, and blocked every single one of them. My extended family's vacation ended in absolute panic as they realized their free rides had officially crashed and burned. The moment our planes touched down, reality hit my extended family like a physical blow. My brother's car payment bounced less than 24 hours after landing. My brother's pregnant wife sent me a string of frantic text messages, dropping her smug attitude entirely and begging me to reauthorize the automatic transfer so their vehicle wouldn't get repossessed. My mother's panic followed shortly after. My mother tried to use her supplementary credit card at her usual grocery store, only to have the transaction declined because I had canceled the account from the airport. My mother called my phone 30 times in 2 hours, shifting from screaming insults to crying about how I was ruining her life over a simple misunderstanding. My father attempted to handle the situation with false authority. My father sent an email demanding a family meeting to discuss my financial obligations to the household and structural penalties for my disrespect. I replied with a screenshot of the zeros on their canceled account balances, stating that my obligations had permanently expired in first class. Ultimately, my brother had to take on a second job to cover his bills, and my parents had to downsize their lifestyle significantly. My extended family no longer speaks to me, but they can no longer afford to fly anywhere either. Subscribe for more.